Okay, so now you're living on your own and nobody's cooking for you. What are you going to do about that? Well, you can learn to cook, and this is one example of how to cook something you can eat. What is that? Mashed potatoes. That's right. You're going to make some mashed potatoes. What are the tools you're going to need? You're going to need a pot to boil the potatoes in. You're going to need a peeler. I showed you how to peel a carrot. Now I'm going to show you how to peel a potato. You're going to need a knife, a nice sharp kitchen knife, not a dull butter knife. You don't want that. You're going to need a fork so you can use it to mash the potatoes. Those are the tools you're going to need. What are the ingredients? Well, guess what? You're going to need a potato. I don't really care what kind of potato. Think of russet as one of the potatoes, but when you go to the store, think baked potatoes, any kind of a large potato that you can peel and cook for one person. Multiply this recipe by the number of people you're going to have over. Leftover mashed potatoes work great. You can keep it in the fridge, reheat it, eat it the second night. Not a big deal. So don't sweat the size of the potato. You're going to need butter. Sorry, you're going to have to put butter in the mashed potatoes, otherwise it'll be awful. You're going to need a little milk to boil the potatoes in. And you're going to need salt. Any kind of salt will do. Don't get fancy. Any kind of salt will give it flavor. All right? So now, walking through the steps that we're going to go through. First, we're going to peel this potato, wash it. Then we're going to cut it up into small chunks, about 1/2 inch size. Then we put it into this pan, put the potato and milk in the pan, bring it to a boil, simmer until it's fork tender. What does that mean? It means your fork, when pushed into the chunks of potato, will go right through. By that time, you need salt. Add a little salt, see if it's salty enough for you. Don't dump the whole thing in there. I can't give you measurements because depending on who you are and how much salt and how much butter you like, different amounts will be used. But start small. Always put the salt in your hand and then put it in there. Because if you take this salt shaker and dump the whole thing into the pot, you can't control that. You can't take that back. But if you put it into your hand, you can always put the amount you really want. Every now and then, use your hand just to taste the mashed potato to see if it's at the right butter and salt levels. Okay? Now, I'm going to walk you through the process of peeling the potato, cutting the potato, putting it in the pan, add milk, and boil. Here we go. Okay, so the first thing we need to do with peeling a potato, because this is a very round object and not easy to hold on to, is we're going to put a fork right into the back of it. That way, my hand is out of the way. I'm holding on to the fork, and now I can very safely peel this potato. Remember how the peeler works on the carrot? It works the same way on this. Honestly, once you get good at it, you don't have to use a fork. But for now, because this is a very sharp object, we're just going to peel the potato by holding the tail of the potato with a fork. Okay? So let's go through this real quick, carefully peeling off the potato. Usually one potato is enough for an individual. Don't worry about all these little bits and pieces. We're going to take those out later. Okay. Using this part of the peeler, most peelers have them, take out the eyes. Nobody wants to eat these parts. If there are bruised parts of the potato, get rid of those too. But basically, this is what you're looking for. A peeled potato. This part of it we can cut out with a knife, no big deal. Okay? This is what we're looking for. Now, gently pull the fork out and hold the potato on the other side and get rid of the part that you couldn't reach. Okay? Now we're gonna wash the potato and then cut it up. Okay, I just washed the potato in the sink so it doesn't have any of the dust and soil that was on the peel. Right now this is ready to cut up and eat. What do we do now? We're gonna use a sharp knife, cut it into cubes. The size really isn't that important. Just small enough for it to boil and cook. So always keep your knuckles in the way of the knife so you don't cut your fingers. Now that I've cut them into flat pieces, what I do is quarter them so that they are small chunks of potatoes, like this. Okay? Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is put all of this stuff into my pot. All the cut up potatoes go into the pot. And add milk to this, enough to cover the potatoes. You don't have to go overboard, but basically you're gonna boil the potatoes in milk. That should do it. Now we're gonna put this on top of the stove and cook it until it's fork tender. And I'll show you how that works. All right, we're ready to boil. You put the potatoes that you put in the milk on very low simmer. Start boiling the potatoes. Just one thing you have to remember about potatoes. When you're boiling something in milk, especially potatoes, what you're gonna end up with is the milk is gonna froth and come up, just like a cappuccino. Keep an eye on it so it doesn't spill over the pot and mess everything up. Notice after a few minutes, the milk starts to boil and froth. So you have to be patient with the milk so that it cooks your potatoes. Okay, now that I'm convinced everything is boiling evenly, I'm going to put a lid on this so that the steam inside cooks the potatoes a little faster. See, that level of boiling is a little too high for me. I'm going to lower the temperature a little bit more. That's good. Okay, this is a midway point. It's still boiling. Those potatoes are not yet ready to be mashed. They're still a little bit hard. I think 10-15 minutes more, depending on the potatoes, you'll have fork tender potatoes. Okay, you see what I mean about the foam? It looks to me like it's fork tender. Notice it's basically falling apart when I put a fork into it. A little bit longer without the lid on, and most of the milk will evaporate or become a part of the mashed potato. That's why we do this in milk. Now, honestly, it's not the end of the world if you don't have milk to just use water. Essentially, you're boiling the potato in some kind of a liquid. You can't find milk, or if you're out, just use water. This is basically the stage where you're gonna add salt and start mashing the potatoes. How much salt? It's based on your preferences and your taste. Like I said, I put the salt in my hand. This looks like a good amount of salt. I can always add more salt, but I can't take it away. So I'm going to put the salt in. And this is also a good time to add the butter. I'm going to add a little bit of butter for a potato. Just think of how much butter would you put on a baked potato. Same goes with the mashed potatoes. Enough for it to have some flavor. Turn the heat off. And the heat that's in the potatoes will melt this butter and help you mash the chunks. If they're still resisting your fork, that means you haven't cooked it enough. But this to me looks like it's ready to be mashed. Okay? So let me mash the rest of this and show you what happens next. Okay, I've managed to mash most of this. I don't want to spend the entire video on mashing. You know what the process is, okay? So essentially at this point, depending on how chunky you want it to be, some people like chunky, some people like it really, really well mashed. Depends on how you prefer your mashed potatoes. But this is where you actually taste it. Now, never stick this fork into your food and put it in your mouth, because nobody wants to have your saliva in their food. Usually what happens is you can either use a separate spoon every time you taste something, or if it's not too hot, this is hot, but if it's not too hot and you're not that, scared of hot food, just put a little bit on your hand and taste it. Okay, this needs a little salt. So, like I said, we can always add, but you can't take out. Always add a little bit at a time. If you like more butter, you can certainly add more to it. If you have cream, you can add cream to it. But basically what you're trying to accomplish is a puree of the potato that you boiled in milk. This is ready to be served. Now, if you happen to have made this in advance and you need to reheat it, you can certainly microwave it if you want, or just leave it in the pan with the lid on. And when it's time to serve, just turn on the heat on a very, very low simmer and add a little bit of milk to it. And that milk will eventually start to steam up and fluff up the mashed potato that's gotten a little bit cold, and you don't want to serve cold mashed potatoes. Now you know how to make mashed potatoes. Good luck.